through, let's say, yeah, that you can see, that you don't only listen to me, that you can also see some pictures. So the gut is the door to life. That's what I deeply believe, yeah. And it is very, very important, and we don't want to go too deep into this picture now. We all know that the digestion already begins in our mouth, yeah, because we of course, you know, we bite everything very small, and with our saliva, then, you know, there are already, let's say, enzymes in our saliva which also start to break down the food, and then it goes into our stomach here, yeah, and then the digestion starts, because our stomach is very acid, yeah, so with the acid here it also again breaks down everything we eat, and then it comes into our small intestine, and then here the absorption is taking place, yeah. All the nutrients are absorbed in our small intestine, so it is very important. And then the large intestine too, yeah, absorption still is going on, and then in the end we're getting rid of what we are eating again. So it is a tube, yeah, a closed tube, let's say, where we where our food is here transported throughout the body. Another organ I want also to speak about tonight is the liver. Look, this is the liver, a very big organ too, and also part of our detox system. Of course, we are detoxing also through skin and through our kidneys also, but the topic of tonight is our digestion, the colon, and the liver. So why is the colon, I mean, if we have a look here, yeah, we can see, okay, everything fits into our tummy, but honestly, the colon is much bigger. It can be like a football field, big like a football field. Why? Depending which part of the colon we add to it. Why? Because here we have got the so-called intestinal villi, and the intestinal villi is like velvet. Now I want you to think, I want to talk in a lot of pictures with you. Think about a velvet cushion, yeah? And of course, you know, this velvet is what happens if with this texture of the velvet, the surface of this cushion is enlarged. And that is exactly what happens in our colon, yeah? Yes, it fits into our tummy, but if we would, you know, open it, yeah, and unfold our colon, because it's also all these curves, and then also have it in the inside a look with these velvet type of intestinal villi, it is one of a very, very big organ in our body. The surface is immense big, and then exactly here where the intestinal villi are, here the intake from the food takes place. You can see that there are, let's say, like blood vessels here, yeah, and imagine that through these, yeah, velvet parts, through these villi, the food we masticated and already cut down is really moving through them, and then the intake here takes part. For me, again, a picture is that here the world outside penetrates into us. Here it's the meeting point of the world outside and our own, let's say, microcosmos. We've got our body, yeah? And that's why we are really what we eat. We say it so easily, yeah, we are what we eat, and we stop thinking. But I want you to really now imagine it. We are what we eat. If I eat an apple, the apple cells are not my cells. They're not Regina cells. They're apple cells, yeah? So I eat it, I masticate it, the enzymes come, and in my stomach, and everything will be digested. And here is the meeting point. Now, let's say everything that is left, yeah, is then coming in to my own body, into my blood vessels, and through the blood vessels that it is distributed in my body. And now from this apple cell, my body starts to say, okay, I will build a little bit of Regina's hair or of Regina's nails, yeah? And that's why we are what we eat. And this is for me an immense picture that the outside world meets my inside world through eating. of course, also through breathing. Yeah, but for me, it is really important to understand that. And that maybe, you know, if we sometimes have the temptation to put rubbish into our mouth because we think we crave for something, maybe we should very often have a little break and think, do I really need that? And try to decide on more healthy, let's say, stuff to eat. So now, why is the gut so important? Well, of course, all the absorption takes place here. Yeah, I am what I eat. I build my body up. I give my body the right fuel here to make it work, of course. But also our immune system is in the gut. 80% of our immune system is located in the gut, and it really makes a lot of difference how we feel physically and mentally. And in fact, the relationship between good and bad bacteria, because in our gut we have, let's say, the so-called beneficial bacteria. Yeah, we hear that this relationship is very important. So I always compare it, let's say, with a house. Yeah, do you want to have good neighbors or bad neighbors? So these gut bacteria, let's say, are our neighbors. And of course, I want inhabitants in myself, yeah, in my microbiome, these gut bacteria, I want the good ones, the beneficial ones, and not the bad ones, because that is how we can have a look at it. Yeah. So what else does the digestion do? Yes, of course, it breaks down the food into smaller pieces, what I said, the absorption of the nutrients, and of course, the creation of the waste, so that we also then again have that all the stuff that has to go out of our body, again, what our body cannot use. Yeah. So the next picture I want to work with is a tree. So our gut, let's say, with the microvilli and everything, we can compare very well to a tree. Why? Because the tree has the roots in the soil. Yeah, that is like the microvilli in our gut. Yeah, okay. And through the tree takes in the water and all the minerals and everything the tree needs through the roots, and builds the leaves and the branches and grows, okay, and repairs and does everything the tree needs to do. And the same with us. We've got our roots, the microvilli, in our colon. That is where the absorption takes place. And then everything is, let's say, distributed throughout our body through, let's say, the blood vessel system, and we've got lymphatic system and so on. Yeah. And then my leaves also can grow, let's say, my hair or whatever. Yeah. So it is, I think, a quite good picture to imagine that in our colon, they're like the roots which take in everything we need. And that's why the gut is such an important organ. And that's why we also have a responsibility of what we eat. Yeah, then of course we've got these pyramids, you know, with the eating recommendations of different associations. And you can see here in the base, of course, the bottom one, first of all, we should lead a physically active lifestyle. Yeah, we should, you can see a family around the table. We should cook and eat together. For example, it's not in front of the TV or every child in the room or in front of computers. We should really sit down. It is a social thing also, the eating. Yeah. And of course, we should prepare our food ourselves, and we should be physically active also. Yeah. Then you can see the second part here. It's full of fruit and vegetable, grains, oils, nuts, and so on. This is the part we should, let's say, eat a lot. That is good fuel for us. Yeah. And then the rest of it up there. I don't want to go in any discussion about vegan or vegetarian, because that is not our topic of today. But important is that what I want to show here is that we eat from Mother Nature. Yeah, Mother Nature always provided us with food, and we should eat the rainbow. That means very colorful, and of course raw, and vegetable and fruit is what should have a big impact in our way of eating. And then, of course, the only liquid, drinking is only water. There's nothing else that the body recognizes as liquid, only water. So if we drink any kind of fizzy drinks or beer or wine or coffee or tea, or milk, the body recognizes that as food. It is not drinking. Because of course, look, millions of years back, we were eating from Mother Nature and we were drinking from the rivers. Everything was ecological. We didn't even need a certain certification for that. Nowadays, it's a little bit different. We cannot drink from the rivers anymore, and everything that is ecological needs a certification. So it's a bit the other way around. Okay. That's, of course, as I said, a lot of consequences because the world is changing out there, the way they grow our vegetables. There are already studies made in the 50s, 1950s, that the quality of the ingredients of our food has diminished a great deal. That means less magnesium in the carrots and less phosphorus in the potatoes, due to how they nowadays, let's say, cultivate our food, and this has consequences. But we don't only lack minerals and vitamins and so on, we lack fibers. And here a little funny picture, that 11 illnesses that a fiber could help to prevent. And the funny one is, are you lacking fibers? Well, no fibers, no shit. Because the fibers are really, let's say, transporting and everything throughout our body. And it is also the gym, the exercise for our colon. I will get back to that in a minute. So, so the most common symptoms, we don't even think about bloating. Well, who's not bloated, or constipation. A lot of women are super constipated, men too, but women even more, and they think it's normal, 2 times a week to go on the toilet. A lot of women think that is normal. Even some doctors say that, that is still okay. No, I think what comes in has to come out. That is logical. That is a technical way, I think, or a mechanical way. So what I put in has to come out. And a daily walk on the toilet where we really get rid of everything should be at least once time. And of course, it's a little bit about also the consistency and everything. But there are a lot of illnesses out there, the IBS, the irritable bowel syndrome, or diarrhea. A lot of people with suffering heartburn, the acidity that comes up, for example, abdominal pains, food intolerances, everything like that comes from the colon. Okay, hemorrhoids, also something a lot of people are suffering of. Well, we are really creating these illnesses. They are so-called civilization illnesses, diseases, and they're reflecting our civilization. They didn't exist years ago. Why? Because the civilization lived in a different way, 20, 30, 50 years ago. And now it is reflecting our civilization of today. I said that our colon is like a tube. Look, that would be a look into the inside, on top, it should be, let's say, that's the healthy one, with here you can see the mucosa or the walls. They're very gentle and they look good. It has a quite big, let's say, way to move through. And below there is already an ill colon with a so-called colitis ulcerosa, which is a chronic inflammation of the colon. So it doesn't look the same. And you can imagine that through this tube, the food is not really transported as easily as above, of course. I want to show you a little film. It is a little journey throughout our colon, and it is also connected with certain diseases, which we sometimes don't think. We always think, if my colon is ill, and my tummy has to ache. But very often we don't put it in, let's say, we don't consider that it can also bring out more diseases. So let's have a look, a little journey through our colon. So I hope you like it. Wait, I just turned the music off because it's very loud here. So now, even an old doctor living 400 before Christ said that the colon is important. Here, that is a normal colon, as I said, yeah, quite very clean. It looks good. The food can be transported. And these walls, you can see they also have muscles that move it through the colon. Here now, that is the colon of a 75-year-old lady. She was vegetarian her whole life. For her age, this colon looks super, honestly, yeah, still good and everything. Now, there is a woman, she's very young, 38 years old. She's suffering chronic constipation. She eats a lot of white bread, a lot of coffee, yogurt, a lot of sugar stuff, and so on. Have a look and just think, do you think that everything can move on smoothly through this tube? Or what would happen here maybe? Yeah, the walls are all like irritated, and you can imagine that a lot of stuff doesn't really move smoothly through it, yeah? And she is really young. So her colon is not in a good state anymore. And now we will then also see the colon of another woman, 45 years old. She's suffering breast cancer and also chronic constipation. Look at the colon, look at the walls. Think everything wants to move through here, and imagine how that would go. Or now here, a man, 52 years old, suffering prostate cancer, chronic constipation, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So that doesn't look too good here. You can see already, yeah, let's say like little cell growth that should not be there. And now breast cancer lady, 65 years old, very dark in there, very, doesn't look nice anymore. I think I don't have to say anything. It really talks by itself, yeah. You even saw a little parasite a second ago, yeah, because that's also something we're suffering. And here again, how a good and normal colon can look like. That's the way it should look if it is in a good state, yeah. So that was the little journey in our inside, yeah. What has our gut to do with our brain? Do we have, let's say, some people call it the gut-brain axis, yeah, that there is a relation between our gut and our brain. And but we can understand that easily, of course. Imagine, for example, we take in amino acids. Amino acids are, for example, or we take in proteins, yeah, we eat proteins, whatever protein from either, it can be the vegan one, or it can be a fish or whatever, yeah, eggs. So we eat proteins, we eat amino acids, and our body is building then from these little bricks, they're building the hormones, yeah? The smallest part is the amino acids. A lot of amino acids together build the protein, and a lot of proteins together build the hormone, yeah? Everything depends on the intake in our gut. Does the body really take the amino acids in? And with this material, then the body is creating our serotonin, which is a hormone, yeah, the serotonin in our colon. It is produced in the colon, but it is a neurotransmitter. It is also working in the brain. So here you can see how heavily the brain and the gut is really connected, and that we also know that what we eat really creates how we feel, how we behave even. And of course, here we also, let's say, not only give the food to ourselves, we also give the food to either our good neighbors, our good inhabitants, or our bad inhabitants. So if I have a diet with highly refined sugar, I am giving food to, for example, the fungus that can be in my colon, or the bad bacteria, and then they start growing, of course, because everything that gets food grows, yeah? But if I eat healthily, then and with a lot of fibers and everything, then I give food to the good bacteria, the beneficial ones, and then this population grows, yeah? And that's why it is so important to have a look what we are eating, not only for our, let's say, well-being physically, also mentally, because we can really create mood disorders up to depression through a very unhealthy lifestyle. So it's really in our hands. That is the good message. And again, I want to remember these intestinal villi here. Here's where the intake takes part, and that is where we have to keep them clean. Because again, to the cushion and the velvet, imagine you've got the cushion of velvet here, and you spill, for example, a sweet drink on the cushion. What will happen? These villi, well, this velvet will stick together, won't it? And if this velvet sticks together, it's like stiff. The velvet is not like smooth anymore. It's like stiff. And then here, the nutrients cannot be taken in. The whole, let's say, food which we ate is not intaken into our body very well, because these villi are sticking together like the cushion where you put you spilled a sugar drink over the velvet. Can you imagine? And this is what I want to talk about. And the good message is here, we can do a lot. We can really do a lot. Yeah, we can feed our good bacteria, yeah, our good inhabitants, and we can cleanse these villi. We can cleanse our colon just through what we eat and through, let's say, cleansing systems. We will also speak about them tonight. Here you go. Yeah, so clean villi, and here these red parts are the good bacteria. Hopefully here you can see on top here the good bacteria, like for example the bifidobacteria or the lactobacilli, which you know from the yogurt. You have read about that. I know that you all know them. So the good ones are in the yogurt, let's say, yeah. And then we also have the bad ones, which have got different names. We don't have to know these names. I just want to tell you. And we should have a proportion of 9 to 1. Yeah, 9 times good inhabitants in our big house here, and only 1 time maybe bad ones. And you know what? Very often it's vice versa. The people have 8 times bad and 2 times only good. And that's where then all, let's say, this rotten flora, yeah, takes part. So all these things that in a way are not functioning anymore, and then bloating us a lot and so on. We don't, we suffer the constipation. Everything comes through this disbalance. So our gut needs help. Of course, it needs help to move and remove the waste in our digestive system. And again, if you've got enough fibers, the fibers is really the solution. The solution is fibers and herbs and adaptogens and so on. And the same for the liver, by the way. Yeah, the liver loves also all this good stuff. So let's have a look. The recommendation, the daily recommendation of fibers is 30 grams a day. Imagine 30 grams of fibers a day. We average European, Northern European people, we maybe eat only 10 to 15 if we eat healthily. Yeah. Oh yes, I eat healthily. I ate a whole grain bread and I ate salad and vegetable, but we don't take in enough. The indigenous people, they eat much more. 75 to 100 grams a day they eat easily, really easily. Yeah. And that's why the transit time of all these ESAs throughout the colon is much shorter. That means they go to the toilet and much more often, and that's why that cleanses through. And if we suffer constipation, that also means that we're really intoxicating ourselves again. Not only, yeah, the whole body, let's say, and especially also the liver, because the liver tries to detox too. They're good buddies, the liver and the colon, yeah. So the liver detoxes it, puts it in the colon should get it out. The colon cannot get it out anymore. Then it is intaken again into the body, and then the liver has to do the work again, puts it in the colon, yeah. The colon cannot transport it out because the digestion is so bad. So it's again intaken into the body. You all we all know that, yeah. If the body cannot get rid of certain things, they are intaken again, and the poor liver has to do all the work all over again, and we can do that for years. It is a process that can really go on for years, and that is not how we were, let's say, designed. Yeah, it was not the idea. So fibers is the solution to, let's say, have a healthy colon situation. Yeah. And then, of course, we should do that. Of course, we should have, let's say, our daily toothbrush also for our colon. We should have that, of course. Yeah. But we can also think about cleansing. And colons can look very differently after cleansing. And now I want to come to the point with the colon cleansing. There are different systems of colon cleansing. Some are like showering the colon, where there's a tube put into our anus and then showering the colon. But I'm not speaking about these types of things. I am a very functional thinker. Yeah, that means for me, the direction is this way, not from the bottom upwards, it's from the mouth downwards. And that's why I think we should start really cleansing our colon from above, from what we eat. And here we go with some very good products we can take and start cleansing, because, you know, we're also cleaning our kitchen. Nobody would cook in this kitchen, would they? We would rather prefer to either buy a new one, which we can't do with our colon, so we should just take the right stuff to clean it. So the company Life Plus, I know since 11 years, and they have got, for me, the most outstanding and extraordinary, well thought through products, honestly, as here also, again, let's say, amazing in this colon cleansing. The first product is the colon formula. The colon formula is a unique blend of, let's say, fibers. Yeah, that means here we get a lot of good, let's say, highly quality soluble or insoluble fibers. Yeah, and to it, there is also added a beneficial, let's say, blend of the probiotics, which of course here helps a lot. That means I don't only have got the fibers. I want you to imagine the fibers very mechanically. They're really like cleansing here the walls, yeah, a mechanical, like the toothbrush, rubbing, scrubbing and rubbing the walls clean, okay? And once we, let's say, get rid of these incrustations, yeah, like in the kitchen, okay, then we should also have these beneficial bacteria, and they're already in there too here, okay? So we've got the fertilizer in there too. It's like if we would work in the garden, we would work through the soil, but at the same time, we would also put the fertilizer there. Wow, that is just a great, let's say, combination. I love the product a lot, and it is a powder, and we just drink it. There is a plan of 16 days you will get from the person that invited you, and it is really very nice. So, and then on the other part here, we've got another product, which is called the MSM. That is also, let's come to the liver now here. The MSM is biological sulfur. Sulfur, we are made from sulfur, yeah? So it is, of course, also part of Mother Nature. And this sulfur is not only good for hair and skin and bones and teeth and our connective tissue. No, here in this colon cleansing, it is taking the role of our detox, especially detoxing heavy metals. Okay, because the heavy metals like mercury or arsenic or, yeah, they need a carrier outside of the body. The body cannot just get rid of it. Yeah, so it really needs a carrier outside of it. And here the MSM is the carrier of the heavy metals out of the body. And the liver also loves the MSM a lot, because it also detoxes the liver and even our brain, because it can even move on the top here and also start working in our brain. So it is really great. It's a very, very small molecule, and that's why it is a very good all-rounder and can work everywhere. So if we just repeat here, I'm cleansing my colon, yeah, mechanically in my toothbrush, and then for the rest of my body, I also take this detoxer here, the MSM, which works in different organs and helps my body to detox with the heavy metals. And now the third one, that is now for our new colon cleansing program, the one to decide on is the green medley. The green medley is one from our 3 power or super foods we've got. Yeah, we have got the purple flash, and we've got the raw cacao, and the green medley is the third one. So our company, our online health shop has got superfoods in there, and this is now included into the colon cleansing. Why? Because it is just amazing. If you want to read it through on the website, it's 11 pages written about this green medley. Yeah, it is a super potent plant power, and it is all the greens are in there. Yeah, so 27 different ingredients, adaptogens, herbs, and really amazing. So just to name some of them, there are the microalgae in there, chlorella in there, kelp is in there. There is, for example, maca root, watercress, milk thistles, which also, for example, our liver loves a lot. Yeah, it's also detoxing our liver. Dandelion leaves, maca root, I don't know if I already mentioned it. So many, nettle, for example, also. Yeah, so many different, let's say, ingredients. The power of these greens, yeah, really help the body a lot. Not only also, of course, builds the body up with the high nutritional density this product has, yeah, with minerals and vitamins and phytonutrients, adaptogens and antioxidants. No, also through, let's say, the detoxing part, through the algae and through the milk thistle, and so on and so on. So it is, it has a very strong antioxidant activity also, and it helps the body to detoxify heavy metals here also. So now we've got the one which is acting in the colon, cleansing it mechanically. We've got the MSM already busy in the whole body, and this one is also really busy in the whole body, detoxing our body, helping the liver to detox and the colon too. So really, really amazing. Yeah, and these 3 products, this is, let's say, the basic part of our 16-day colon cleansing. Yeah, they are combined in a plan, 16 days. The person that invited you would hand out the plan to you. You can really see every day, 3 times a day, we take the products. There is a consumption plan, and it is very easy to do. I will explain that later a little bit more. But then on top, for example, we also, if somebody wants to decide on an extra product, we've got the Biotic Blast. The Biotic Blast is a combination of 14 different unique strains of bacteria, yeah, in a very good dosification of 10 billion good bacteria made up from these 14, let's say, different families or strains, yeah. And it is a capsule, so these, let's say, bacteria is in the capsule, and we take it, and the capsule then is like a taxi, yeah, like a shuttle going through the stomach, the acidy stomach, and so on. And then the shuttle opens in the small intestines, there where our good beneficial gut bacteria are living, our inhabitants. And it is like, imagine a little shuttle of the good inhabitants throughout everything, and then opening the doors in the large intestines where they want to live. Yeah, so that is really amazing. I can recommend that to everybody who took antibiotics. For example, after every antibiotic treatment, antibiotic means against, antibios, against life. This is a probiotic blend. It is for life, yeah. And I can recommend that to everybody to really balance this intestinal microbiome again, yeah, because you know the antibiotic doesn't know which bacteria to kill, so they kill quite a lot, yeah. And then of course also some of our gut bacteria are killed. That's why we should then transport the good ones in there again. But not only after antibiotic treatments, also you can combine it with the colon cleansing, or take it afterwards, because, you know, it doesn't only make sense to cleanse 16 days our colon and then go back and destroy everything again. No, of course, we are maintaining after the colon cleansing, we are maintaining our body with products from the company like the Daily Bio Basics, which is also a blend of vitamins and minerals, and also fibers, but less fibers. So this is my small toothbrush then, by my daily toothbrush, let's say, for my colon. And then I can add, for example, the Biotic Blast to put again more, let's say, fertilizer, more good bacteria into my digestive system, because I know it's good for my everything, my whole body, my mood, everything included, physically and mentally. Then we have got also another product, the aloe vera cups, which I love a lot. They're really very, very special. It's not just aloe. Yeah, it is an aloe which is combined with, here you can see amino acids, the L-glutamine and the L-glycine. And it is very important for the maintenance and the health of our intestinal tract. And the way Life Plus here again designed this product is just outstanding, especially when we also, for example, start suffering the so-called leaky gut syndrome. That means that we've got like small injuries or holes in our intestinal walls. I always say it is like, let's say, you know, really helping all these irritations and inflammatory processes. It helps the body, yeah, to take care of these inflammatory processes, and to then maybe even help repairing these little holes and so on. Yeah, so very amazing product, especially in combination with these amino acids I just mentioned, and I like them a lot. Yeah. Then we've got the Para Cleanse. I haven't got a picture of it now anymore. The Para Cleanse is also a herbal combination, but it is only available in now in Europe. It's available in England, in the United Kingdom, and in Switzerland. And yeah, exactly. So it's not available in all the countries. That's why, you know, it was part of these three. But as it's not available anymore in all the countries, we thought, let's introduce here, let's say, this powerful Solis, which does a great job and also helps the body to detoxify very, very deeply. And if you live in England or you've got friends in Switzerland, you can also ask for the Para Cleanse. There's also a 16-day program with a Para Cleanse. And again, it doesn't make sense to only do it 16 days, please. The colon cleansing of 16 days, and then we should really think of continuing with our maintenance. It's like we don't cut our grass just one time, you know, then we start to maintain our garden again. And that would be the Daily Bio Basics with the Anchor products in combination, for example, also with the Biotic Blast, or whatever product the person that invited you can throw some light on here. Results, yeah, we've got great results. On skin, for example, we have got, this is from my Spanish team, Cello, for example. Cello suffered intolerance. She couldn't eat anymore. Yeah, I have mentioned before the food intolerances. It doesn't matter what she ate. She was just like on the first photo, you know, everything was red and swollen and itchy and so on. And it was terrible. She suffered it so long times. And of course, you know, she went to the doctor and all the medication, but it didn't really help. And the doctors then said, well, you will have to learn to live with this. And she thought, no, I cannot live with that anymore. You can see she's a very pretty woman down there. So she didn't go out of the door anymore. Yeah. So she started with detox, with this colon cleansing. And then also she went on the metabolic reset, another program our company is offering, which is the weight loss program. Also a very deep detox. And the result was amazing. Yeah. But And here you see another, it's a very bad picture. I'm so sorry, I haven't got it better, but the first number is 2003 and then 2014. And Ariane, she's called Ariane, did also, is in the company for many years, enjoys these life-changing products for so many years already. And I mean, she is so much older, let's say, on the, let's say, last photo, and she looks so much younger. So you can see through lifestyle changes, we can really change our aspects. But it doesn't only work with adults, it also works on children. Look here, you can see Valentino. Valentino was already born with a so-called dermatitis, which also came from the colon, because it is also that, for example, if children are not born normally, if they are born with a cesarean, then they don't have these amount of good bacteria in their gut, and then the skin can play up. Yeah, it's very often it starts in the gut and then it comes to the skin. So here the mother also reacted, and in the end she also, you know, treated with small amounts, of course, small amounts, for example, with the colon formula mixed together with some omega-3 fatty acids, which help the body also to, yeah, was help the body in to fight, let's say, inflammations on the skin. And she had just amazing results. So there are a lot of books out there. Yes, you don't have to believe me. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff you can read, a lot of scientific studies, and or even, as I said, the soul is on our website, 11 pages. You can really study it, and a lot of sources of scientific studies behind, let's say, one product. You have got everything very transparent on the website. That's what I love about the company. There's nothing hidden. Yeah. And yeah, and of course, books you can read here, a bestseller of Julia Anders, Gut, the Inside Story of Our Body's Most Underrated Organ. Yeah. Or a dentist and a doctor speaking about or writing about L-arginine, which is an amino acid, OPC, and the pH balance. And you just read before that the pH is also, the alkaline and acidy balance is also produced or taken care of in our colon. So here, a lot of good stuff to read about. And I think we should, yeah, we should really, you know, think about it, that we were, you know, that we have a good evolution, you know. I mean, this picture should be a little bit funny. It should just show that the human being had an evolution to a person. Now we are I think we're suffering more the degeneration than an evolution. Yeah, we are so suffering overweight, which also very often is really a problem of the gut, and so on and so on. So I think that is what, yeah, is really important. And now I want to tell you that spring, and spring is exactly the right, let's say, the right moment to start a colon cleansing system. That's what the Chinese medicine says. Yeah. So the program is good now. I already ordered my products. I will go on a colon cleansing. We do that together in a team, and a team is always more funny. We've got a little WhatsApp group, and if somebody is suffering, oh my God, I'm bloated, then we can answer or whatever. Yeah. So we're doing it in a team. It is fun. It's great. It is important. And I myself, as a testimonial, I suffered a lot of allergies. I don't have them anymore. I don't suffer them anymore, hay fever and stuff like that. And I'm really very happy. And I'm not allowed to do any health claims. I don't say these products did that. Yeah, but I know that they helped my body. And when my body is in a good state, my body can help itself. And that is, I think, the key to everything, that we just help the body to help itself. So thank you so much for listening. Have you got any kind of question? Anybody would like to ask a question or has a doubt? You're very welcome to ask your questions. Yeah, Thomas, unmute yourself.
Good evening, Oma Regina.
Hello.
Oh, somebody is speaking already.
Pardon?
Can I go on?
Yes, you can go on.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Please, with the how did they call it? This new
Solis green medley. Mhm.
pardon?
The Solis green medley, yes.
Yeah, the blue one. I couldn't hear much because I'm outside and I came on it late.
Yeah.
So if I can listen a little bit, thank you.
The green one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot go back to it now, but I will send you the PDF, okay? And we will repeat this recording. So Richard, don't worry, you will get it another day. Yeah, you
Okay.
can recording, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thomas, do you want to make the contribution of you're also doing the colon cleansing in a team?
Yes, we did it already.
Okay, good.
And success is someone lost a lot of allergies.
Allergies, okay.
And the next lady, she was very, very tired, like I wrote.
Mhm.
And now after this 16 days, she's not just lost 6 kilo on top.
Wow.
She's got her energy back.
Very
And it's very, very good. She doesn't feel tired anymore. And now she can work a lot better and tell everybody what's happening to her.
Yeah. That is also one. Thank you so much, Thomas. That's also one of my experiences. I used to be super tired. And in my first colon cleansing I did 11 years ago, I was really tired. Oh, but afterwards that got much better. And nowadays I'm not as tired as I was 11 years before, although I'm 11 years older. So it's great. We can work on our energy level. Honestly, we can. Yeah.
And
Victor,
don't forget, don't forget, if you've got serious problems, you can do the colon cleansing twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work at the first time completely. And sometimes you just need to do it 2 or 3 times. Let's wait for 2 hours, 2 months, and do it again.
Exactly.
It will work completely.
That's true. Very good. Yeah, I did it. I mean, I'm here. I know the company since 11 years and I'm doing it since 11 years, at least 1 time, very often 2 times a year. And every colon cleansing is different for me. Yeah, some I feel super and one I was tired and whatever, but it's also always, I know that the body also always comes into a good process of work. That's what I know. Yeah. And that is what I really cherish here, or I really like. Very good. Yeah, I'm cleansing myself since years on a regular basis. That is for sure. I'm brushing my teeth. I mean, you know, imagine you would not brush your teeth the last 20 years. And with this little part of fibers we're eating, we are not having our toothbrush for our colon anymore. So we need it. Yeah. Victor, would you like to ask your question or contribute?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. Here are my questions, just 2 in 1. How many times should we cleanse our colons in a year? And 2, like how many times do we clean our colons in a year? 2, now I'm taking a green medlin daily by basic, and I take it as, I'm still using it as cleaning my colons. Now without MSM, I don't have it. Is it abnormal or normal?
No, it is okay. Look, to your first question, the Chinese medicine, yeah, recommends to do two colon or to cleanse our body, let's say twice a year, springtime and autumn. Yeah, these are these good, let's say, parts of the year to do that. Yeah, springtime and autumn. So, and I mean, our colon cleansing program is a program. If you don't have the MSM now, but you're